Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fishing with Matt channel and another unboxing and review video on the channel. So today you guys are going to be happy. We have got a fishing related review today. We have kindly been given or sent out this by Fenix. I did have to pay for part of the actual head torch, but there's a deeper story to it and I'm really happy that these guys sent out the head torch for me. So yeah, if you haven't seen, my car did unfortunately get broken into and a bag was stolen, which included stuff like a GoPro, my lures and my HP35R V2 head torch. So I sent them a message. I was already on their radar with a couple of things anyway, but they decided to give me a discount on this one, so I went ahead and purchased it. So this is the HP35R Fenix head torch. It is a maximum of 4,000 lumens with a 3,000 lumen main beam, and then the floodlight is maximum at 1,200. So yeah, we'll unbox this, we'll go through it, we'll take it down the beach or somewhere dark and give it a show. But it's happy days, really glad that I've got this, and yeah, very nice. So a massive shout out to Jamie and Craig from Fenix shop. I'll put the link for where you can get this in the description. There'll be an Amazon link and there'll be a link directly to their website. But yeah, as I said, this is the HP35R head torch. It is a new head torch in their lineup, and it is a head torch with a built-in battery. As I said, 4,000 lumens at maximum. It is an absolute beast. So yeah, this is the unboxing experience. If you order it from Fenix, then they send it in a packaging with bubble wrap on it. So it's bubble wrapped on the outside of this, and then the actual bag it comes in is bubble wrapped as well. So it's really nicely protected. So inside of here, you have got the instruction manual here. You have got a little info leaflet here with some of their other head torches and torches. So that's pretty cool if you want to have a look at any of those ones. And then you've got a warranty card. So Fenix are very good with their warranties. I have had a problem with my previous HP25R V2 head torch, and I called them up, sent it in, and they sent me a new one within a couple of days. As yeah, sometimes these things do have problems. But yeah, let's have a look at the unboxing experience. I'm getting grass absolutely everywhere, but it is fine. So yeah, the torch comes really nicely packaged. As you can see, there is this nice soft foam in here, so there's no way it's going to come damaged when you order it. We can take the head torch out. As you can see, this thing is really beefy. You've got the massive main beam here, and then you've got the two side ones, the floodlights there. You've also got some other pieces here, which I think are some sort of sensor. We'll go into that later on. But yeah, this is the unboxing experience. The battery pack comes detached from the head torch when you unbox it, but that is already connected with the cable, and it's just a case of sliding it in like this. Hear the click, and it's all sorted like that. From what I've seen online, you can order this head torch in two different configurations. So one has got this headband that you normally see on the headlights for fishermen and I guess adventurers, and then there is another one which has a more rubbery feel to it, which is better for going onto helmets and stuff like that, for climbing equipment, or if you work in the mines, who knows. But yeah, it is a really nice head torch. You've got the batteries at the back, which I said are integrated, so you can't remove these, but this doubles as a power bank at the back. So you've got a USB-C port there, which I believe is for charging in and out. You've also got a button on the back, which you can use to show you the battery power on it. And then if you hold it in, it will turn the red light on at the back, which is cool. And then one press turns it into just a full-on red light. So yeah, that's pretty cool. At the front, you've got the main, as I said, main beam and two of the floodlight beams. On the side is a twisty knob with 3 different settings. So you've obviously got the main beam there, then you've got the floodlights, and then you've got both of them at the same time. There's a button on the side here. I think this design is similar to the HP30R. I don't know if that's a V2 or just the regular normal V1, but it's got the twisty knob, as I said, with the button on the side. So you turn it up, press the button, and it will go through the settings on there. So yeah, it is a really nice looking head torch. As you can see, it has got a massive main beam LED there and 2 of the floodlight ones. So we'll get this down the beach or down at some place that's going to be dark, and we'll show you guys what it looks like. But the unboxing experience is very pleasant. The head torch, it isn't heavy. It seems like it would be rather heavy and rather bulky, but when it's on your head, there's no strain on my neck. It feels comfortable, and yeah, it looks the part, doesn't it? It really does look the part. So this is Fenix's most expensive headlight that they've produced, I believe, at least from what I know. And in the box, you get a charging cable, which unfortunately isn't a quick charging one, I don't think, as it's a USB type A there instead of a USB-C to C, but obviously you can use a USB-C to C. I believe the output of the power pack is 20 watts, so you can reverse charge something like that. You also get this handy little cable as well, which is an extension cable. So these head torches are connected with one of these here. You can pull these apart, and obviously that means that you can put this into there, extend it. You can have the battery pack in your pocket or on some other, don't know, anything. Could have it on a tripod or in your box, and that means you don't have to have the battery pack on the back of your head, which is pretty cool. So one of the quirks of this head torch is it has an auto dimming feature. So originally when I unboxed it and had a look at it, I was in bright daylight and I was turning the torch on, and I'll see if it does it now. I had the torch on, as you can see, it was on full and it's dimmed itself right down. So I think if I can show you guys again. So it's on full and it dimmed straight down. So as I said earlier, I believe that something to do with these two dots here is a sensor that senses how much light is coming in, and it will dim it down. So I guess in the evening, if it's not pitch black outside, then it will dim the light down to presumably save battery. This sort of threw me off and I was a bit confused, so I just called the Fenix guys, but they said that all you got to do is push this button in on the side for 10 seconds, the headlight should flash, and then that will disable it. So yeah, should be able to see it flash, there you go. And now if I turn it on, we'll turn the setting up as well. As you can see, it doesn't dim itself, so that's cool. So if you do buy this head torch, just be aware that there is some weird setting straight from the factory. To be fair, it probably would have been better if they had it turned off straight away rather than on. But yeah, it's a cool feature nonetheless, but something that you should look out for if you do buy the head torch. As I mentioned, the battery pack is 10,000 milliamps, and inside of here there is two 21,700 batteries. So yeah, as I said, these are built in, so that will be good for the waterproofness of this head torch. There's no place for water to get into the battery pack and corrode it or anything like that. You have got these rubber flaps here as well, which will stop the ports from getting rusty. So yeah, it's a nicely made piece of kit. It looks the part. These bands inside, they've got the sticky bits as well, so they'll stick to your cap or your hat if you're wearing one, and obviously stick to your head as well. So yeah, it's a really comfortable, good looking head torch. The price is a little bit expensive, but for what you pay, you do get a really good head torch. At the front as well, in case you're wondering about if you can move it, you've got plenty of adjustment here, so it goes all the way down to about, I don't know, that's probably about 80 degrees down. Doesn't go up, but obviously you can look up yourself. There are the settings there on the side. So you've got off, as I said, you've got the floodlight, not the floodlight, you've got the main beam, the floodlight, and then you've got both of them together. There's the button as well, so you press that to go up and down. Good stuff. A very nice looking head torch. So on the back of the case, you've got a brief description, and then you've got some of the features of the head torch. You also get this nice little box graph here with the modes, the output, the runtime, distance, intensity and stuff like that. As I said, with it being a built-in battery pack, it is IP66 waterproof, which is pretty good. I'll put up on screen what that means in terms of waterproofness, but I think Fenix has said that they put this light into water overnight and it was still running and there was no water ingress, so that's always a good thing to hear. So these sort of boxes like this, they are pretty accurate, but you have to take them with a little bit of a pinch of salt. As you can see on the turbo mode, there is the little stars there, which means that it won't run continuously for 3,000 or 4,000 lumens for 5 hours, etc. But it does step down. So yeah, you just got to be careful of that. They do actually have the graphs on their website to show you what a more accurate pattern of light would be. I'll put that up on the screen now. But in general, it's all down to the temperature of the outside. So if it's hotter, then it will last less, or if it's colder, it will last less. So yeah, overall, the statistics of this head torch are pretty impressive. As you can see, just on high 3,000 lumens, you're meant to get about 12 hours, which is mental. And then when you've got both of them on together, you get 8 hours, which is, yeah, pretty impressive. So here we are out in the field. I didn't manage to get down the beach because I've just been so busy at work, etc. But yeah, we're down at the field. It's a pretty big field, so we'll give it a test. So obviously we've got 3 different settings to test. We've got the spotlight, we've got the floodlight, and then we've got them both going together. So I'll show you guys what that looks like against the trees and further away. But I've been doing it myself just before popping the recording on, and it's a pretty impressive piece of gear. So yeah, we'll start off with the spotlight, and we'll show you each setting at the distance, and hopefully I'll be able to use Google Maps to decipher how far away something is. So we'll start off with the low beam. So there is a tree over there, starts off at 50 lumens, so you want to do one flick down and then you're there. So that's 50 lumens on the tree over there. I'll show close in. So you can see it's not massively bright, but this light lasts a very, very long time. Next up, we've got 350 lumens. So you can see a big difference there, obviously 7 times different. So yeah, that's a pretty good amount of light for the second setting there. Next one, I believe, is 800. So let's go one more press on the button. As you can see, even better. Pretty good, 800. Very good, that's pretty good for 800. And then obviously 3000 is last. So that opens up the beam a little bit more and you can see a lot more. So yeah, it's a very, very impressive piece of kit, as I said. Combined with the floodlight as well on the both settings, it really does shine up a lot of the field and etc. wherever you're going to be. So yeah, let's move over to the floodlight and I'll show you that. So now for the floodlight. So that's obviously 2 clicks on the dial. The first setting for the floodlight is actually 5 lumens. So this one lasts, I believe, 200 or 500 hours, which is, this is a dire situation basically if you're lost somewhere and you don't want to be using up all your flashlight. So you guys won't be able to see anything really. I can make out a bit of the floor, but with my iPhone camera on and the light on that, can't really see much. Next up is 50 lumens, so one press of the button again. That's starting to show a little bit more, so this is a perfectly comfortable amount of light to be using for baiting up and just walking around in general. After that, we have got 400, so that's stepped it up. This is the setting that I normally have it on, because otherwise it's going to start blinding you when it gets up to the next setting, which is 1200 lumen. So this is a very comfortable sort of setting. And the light as well, it's a more orange light than white light, so it's quite easy on your eyes. And then for the 1200 lumens, so obviously being a floodlight, you're not going to get the distance, but there is a wider spread of light. And yeah, it's quite warming, quite a warm colour. It's nice. After this, we have got the spot and floodlight setting, so we'll show you that as well. So for the final setting of floodlight and spotlight, you've got the first one, which is 50 lumens. So that's a decent level of light, as I've been saying. You're able to get around, just walking your dog, something like that. Not bad. After that, we have got 400. So yeah, perfectly good amount of light. Your battery will last a very long time on these 2 settings. After that, we've got 1200. So this is the sort of setting you'd use down the beach while you're fishing, if you just got it in the normal mode. They've obviously got the save mode sort of thing on these head torches, so when you turn it off and back on again, it'll go back to the mode that you had on before. So yeah, when I turn my head torch off when I'm just sat there, I'll have it on this setting. And after this, we have got 4000 lumens combined. So this lights up a huge amount of the field. You guys can see the tree over there. It's all lit up. We can go all the way down there. It's lighting everything up. So with this setting, the rating for amount of time you can use it is 4 hours and 20 minutes, around that. But obviously with step downs, it will step down because of the heat. Otherwise it'll probably melt the head torch. But yeah, it's a very nice piece of kit. Obviously if you flick again the switch, it'll go back down to the lower setting. Back up to maximum again. I'll quickly show you guys what it looks like from lowest to highest on the tree over there. So that's lowest. Next setting up, there's 1200 lumens there. So as you see, that's a pretty good amount of light, floodlight and spotlight. And then the beast, 4000 lumens. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. One more cool feature, as I mentioned when I was unboxing it on the Fenix, is the fact that there's a red light on the back of the head torch. So this is going to be really good for being out on the Sib, or if you're down on the beach and your friends are somewhere and you want to alert them to where you may be. So if you hold in the back button, should be flashing red now. So that's a good sort of alert, I'm here sort of thing. Could be used for if you're in trouble, and then if you press it again, that turns to a red light that is full on. So yeah, that could be useful for out on the Sib, as I said. Could be for an anchor light sort of thing, as be on the back of your head, and you'll have the head torch on the front. So yeah, it could be something useful like that, which is another great feature of the head torch. So I've been using this torch for the best part of 2 or 3 weeks. I've taken it on 4 or 5 sessions with me, and I've had no faults so far at all. There's been no problems, and I said This thing is pretty bulky and big, but it only weighs about 423 grams, so it's not that bad. And obviously you can remove the back strap on the back. If I can do it on the back of my head, there you go. And you've got the extension cable, so you can just put that in your pocket, so it's not on the back of your head. And to be fair, yeah, I could imagine you doing that. But yeah, it's a very, very nice head torch. I'm really, really happy that Fenix sent it out to me. So yeah, big thanks to the guys down at the Fenix shop. I believe they've got some sort of link I can use for Amazon and their own site, so do have a look at that in the description. I'm pretty sure it will work for all of the head torches they've got. But yeah, big thanks to them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got some information out of it. If you do have any questions, then do drop some comments in the comment section below. If you want me to try and review any other products, then do let me know. I'm not going to obviously go buying loads and loads of products, but you never know, if Fenix likes this video and it does well, they may send me some more torches in the future. So yeah, it really does help me, guys. Really do appreciate it. And yes, a very nice torch, and it's very, very impressive. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Stay well, stay happy. Lovely job.